everyone, welcome to the channel. Today we will be going over a recap review of what Silent Hill Townfall might be about. Let's begin. Okay, picture this. You wake up in a foggy, abandoned town where literally everything is fucked beyond recognition, and your brain immediately goes, well, fuck, how did I get here? The streets are lined with buildings that look like they were built by someone who had one too many shots of vodka and then shit all over the blueprint, while the air is filled with a fog that seems like it personally hates you. Every step you take makes a subtle squish, and you think, fuck, is that my foot or something else? The shadows are doing that uncanny dance. Thank you for trying, verbose. This recording will go away once the product has been purchased. They always do in Silent Hill, like they're mocking you, and you mutter, shit, not again, while trying to remember if turning left or right leads to safety or some grotesque fucked up monster waiting just around the corner. You find a door, you open it, and the smell hits you. Fuck, that's disgusting, and somehow the wallpaper is alive, or maybe it's just your imagination playing shitty tricks on your already fried mind. Every hallway is a shit show of broken furniture, bloodstains, and creepy dolls that make you think, fuck, why do I even like horror games? The first monster you see, thank you for trying, verbose. This recording will go away once the product has been purchased. Is some half-finished nightmare creature that clearly got rejected from the last season of a horror cosplay contest. It lunges at you, and your reflexes kick in. But the reflexes are like, fuck you, we're on strike. So you stumble back and fall into some puddle of God knows what. You scream shit, but only in your head, because no one's around to hear your pathetic fuckery. As you move forward, the puzzles start, and holy fuck, they are the kind of shit that makes you question your entire life. Some lock requires 3 keys, 2 of which are thank you for trying, verbose. This recording will go away once the product has been purchased. Hidden inside objects you can't interact with, while the third is sitting in plain sight like a giant middle finger from the developers. You think, fuck, seriously? As you try to figure it out while a low growl from somewhere behind you makes you shit your pants. And then there's the combat. The combat. You swing your weapon, you miss, the monster hits you, and you think, fuck, why did I even pick this up? Every encounter is a mix of terror and hilarity, because the game clearly knows how bad you are at it. You block, you dodge, you thank you for trying, verbose. This recording will go away once the product has been purchased. Fall, you curse, and repeat. And yes, every time you swear under your breath, it somehow keeps count, like the universe itself is marking your shitty survival skills. The atmosphere doesn't help either. Lights flicker, ceilings creak, and the fog occasionally condenses into shapes that look like screaming faces. You scream shit and fuck, repeatedly, as if verbalizing it can somehow save you from the inevitable horrific encounter that's about to ruin your day. Doors slam behind you, stairs creak under weight that isn't yours, and the soundtrack, oh fuck, the soundtrack is like a choir of tortured souls who are thank you for trying, verbose. This recording will go away once the product has been purchased. Personally offended that you're still alive to hear them. And just when you think it can't get worse, a cutscene triggers where you see a character you vaguely remember from a previous scene, and you shout fuck, it's them again, only to have them dissolve into a cloud of ash that smells like burnt shit. Every step, every room, every shadow is meticulously designed to make you say shit and fuck in a rhythmic, almost musical pattern that forms the mantra of surviving Silent Hill F. And the NPCs, if you can call them that, are equally fucked. They thank you for trying, verbose. This recording will go away once the product has been purchased. Either whisper cryptic shit at you in tones that make your skin crawl, or they stare silently, eyes full of existential fuckery that makes you question your own sanity. You try to communicate, but their responses are garbled, nonsensical, or just plain terrifying, and you mutter, fuck, what the hell am I supposed to do? Your inventory fills with objects that might help, might kill you, or might just be some cruel joke from the developers, And each time you pick something up, you think, shit, here we go again. Every item description is a tiny horror story in itself. Thank you for trying verbose. This recording will go away once the product has been purchased. Some ominous, some ridiculous, all fucked. By the time you reach what appears to be the center of the town, you realize you've been walking in circles. The streets all look alike, the fog hasn't lifted, and every sound, every creak, groan, or whisper feels like it's directly aimed at you. Your failures, your past shitty decisions, and that one time you swore you'd never play a horror game again. You shout fuck, fuck, fuck into the empty streets, not because you want to be heard, but because the cadence somehow makes you feel slightly better, like a morbid karaoke of thank you for trying verbose. This recording will go away once the product has been purchased. You're suffering. You're getting used to it. The ground splits open. Something inhuman crawls up, and you fall screaming shit, shit, shit as the credits of your sanity roll past your eyes like a fucked up slideshow. By the end of it, you understand that Silent Hill F is a masterclass in making players feel simultaneously terrified, confused, and utterly incompetent. You will curse, swear, scream fuck and shit repeatedly, question your life choices, and yet you will come back for more, because nothing is as beautifully fucked as wandering through a town where every thank you for trying verbose. This recording will go away once the product has been purchased. Corner, shadow, and sound seems designed to personally fuck with your soul. It's the kind of game where surviving is an achievement, laughing at yourself is mandatory, and every shit and fuck you utter is a badge of honor, proof that you've endured the perfect storm of horror and hilarity. Silent Hill F takes place in a newly designed version of the town of Silent Hill, continuing the franchise's established thematic focus on psychological horror, supernatural phenomena, and environmental storytelling. The town is depicted as largely abandoned and fog-covered, maintaining the signature atmospheric conditions that have been consistent throughout the series. Urban structures show signs of decay and disrepair, including cracked walls, broken windows, and collapsed streets. Architectural elements combine mid-20th century small-town design with irregular distortions in space, suggesting both a temporal and dimensional instability. Environmental cues, such as misplaced furniture, inexplicable puddles, and remnants of past inhabitants, are utilized. Thank you for trying verbose. This recording will go away once the product has been purchased. To reinforce the sense of an abandoned, post-event urban environment, the game's geography consists of interconnected districts, each with distinct architectural and environmental characteristics. Residential areas include multiple two-story homes, apartments, and family-oriented structures, often containing domestic items scattered in non-logical arrangements. Commercial districts are marked by deteriorated shops, service buildings, and office spaces, many of which include evidence of sudden evacuation or violent incidents. Industrial zones contain warehouses, machinery, and facilities that appear to be partially destroyed or malfunctioning. Roads and pathways link these zones, but the layout frequently shifts, creating looping or impossible geometries consistent with the thank you for trying verbose. This recording will go away once the product has been purchased. Psychological manipulation associated with Silent Hill's reality. In addition to urban areas, outdoor locations such as parks, forests, and bridges contribute to the town's overall navigational complexity. Environmental storytelling is supplemented by visual and auditory cues. The fog density varies across locations, often obscuring distant objects or altering perception. Lighting sources are limited, including street lamps, flickering overhead lights, and fires, each contributing to spatial disorientation. Audio cues are also a significant component, with ambient noise, industrial hums, distorted mechanical sounds, and sudden events indicating potential threats. The combination of visual and auditory design establishes situational awareness requirements, encouraging careful thank you for trying verbose. This recording will go away once the product has been purchased. Observation and strategic planning. Object placement, such as scattered tools, notes, and other items, is consistent with the narrative implication of sudden evacuation or previous encounters with hostile entities. The narrative setting introduces multiple temporal layers, suggesting that the town operates simultaneously in different realities. Locations may alter between states, such as functional and derelict versions, indicating the potential for shifting dimensions or psychological projections. This mechanic is expected to be utilized for both exploration and puzzle solving, requiring players to interpret environmental changes as part of the gameplay process. The town's geography, while partially linear, incorporates areas of restricted. Thank you for trying verbose. This recording will go away once the product has been purchased. Access that are unlocked progressively. Certain locations appear to exist only in specific narrative conditions, further reinforcing the fragmented temporal state. Monsters are integrated into the setting as both environmental hazards and narrative elements. Their appearance is typically linked to specific zones and events, with design patterns reflecting the state of the town and its residents. Creature design shows partial anthropomorphism, mechanical distortions, and organic mutations consistent with previous Silent Hill installments. Encounters are structured to influence movement and exploration, often forcing players to adjust routes or employ avoidance strategies. The presence of these entities supports the overall environmental. Thank you for trying verbose. This recording will go away once the product has been purchased. Narrative, indicating unresolved traumatic events and the psychological influence of the town on individuals. The story context is implied through environmental elements, including notes, letters, and scattered personal effects. These items often provide fragmented accounts of residents' experiences, contributing to the understanding of prior events without requiring direct exposition. Historical references to the town's prior occurrences, cultic activities, or previous disasters are present, creating a layered narrative structure. Players can interpret the history and current status of Silent Hill through these environmental indicators, reinforcing the design principle of emergent storytelling. Overall, the setting and world design of Silent. Thank you for trying verbose. This recording will go away once the product has been purchased. Hill F continue the franchise's tradition of complex, multi-layered environmental narrative. Architectural disrepair, shifting temporal and dimensional states, and contextualized object placement serve to establish a coherent, navigable, yet disorienting space. The interplay of visual, auditory, and spatial design elements reinforces the psychological impact of the town, providing a framework for both exploration and interaction with dynamic threats. The setting functions as both a narrative device and a gameplay mechanic, influencing player movement, decision-making, and perception of the unfolding events. By maintaining these design principles, the game preserves consistency with the broader Silent Hill universe while introducing new environmental. And thank you for trying verbose. This recording will go away once the product has been purchased. Temporal complexities intended to challenge both navigation and interpretation.